Hi everyone, I'm Nill and I'm here to review one of my dreamlike movie with you guys, Midnight in Paris. Well guys, if you like classic literature and 20s artists and writers, so don't even think about it and go straight watch this movie. I literally cried many times with the appearance of each character. Anyways, the movie is about Gil, who is a hack Hollywood screenwriter who actually hasn't found himself and his career as a novelist, and he's actually trying to write a perfect novel. He is with his partner Ines and her parents on a vacation in dreamy Paris. They obviously want different things in life, like Ines wants to live in fancy suburb houses and Gil wants to live an artistic life in Paris and also walks on the rainy streets of Paris. Gil and Ines meet a couple they knew before in Paris and they're going to dinners, museums with each other, and one night after the dinner, Gil, which is not very social by the way, doesn't feel like going to dance with them, and he decided to walk to the hotel, and suddenly he gets lost. He sits on church's steps and suddenly an antique car stopped by him and he encountered some weird things. Well, actually the rest of the video may contain spoilers. Woody Allen must have great time writing this. Midnight in Paris actually represents Woody Allen's companion piece to his The Purple Rose of Cairo, an imaginary time machine to traveling to the artistic Paris for him and for those who know 20s legends there. What Woody Allen created was actually so desirable for people who knew those legends and also so catchy for people who doesn't and they're tasted the sweetness of it. I think Woody Allen likes to discovering possibilities of the new environments, like filming in London, Barcelona, and now Paris. The touristic view of the city, like first shots of the city in the beginning, made us feel like we're on vacation with them too. Gil is of course the Woody Allen's character himself, but I think what makes the movie even cooler is all of us who have desire seeing those legends in 20s in Paris actually can imagine ourselves being Gil. But I think you should be more of a dreamer like me, and this is why I cried many times while watching. At the beginning of the movie, you may think the movie is about a romantic story about Gil and Ines, but no. This is the romantic story between Gil and the Paris. For his desire to having a cafe in every cafe Hemingway might once have had a promenade. Well, if you're here, obviously you know the antique car stopped by Gil and took him to a 20s fancy party, and there he met Scott and Zolda, wait for it, Fitzgerald. He watched Cole Porter playing piano and he tried to explain himself all those things, and he couldn't, of course, like the Woody Allen didn't give us an explanation how that magic happened, and actually we didn't really ask for it because we're enjoying imagining ourselves being Gil, and okay, who cares about the reason? That night he ended up meeting Ernest Hemingway, and he even promised Gil to show his novel to Gertrude Stein, played by Kathy Bates, which was, as we imagined her, like an American, practical, patient, kind, and has a huge ability to find new talents, as actually Hemingway described in A Movable Feast. For those of you who don't know Gertrude Stein, she is an American novelist, poet, and screenwriter who moved to Paris and created a salon which every leading figures of modernism in literature and art actually were there, like Ernest Hemingway, Scott Fitzgerald, James Joyce, Pablo Picasso, and the other ones. At Gertrude Stein's salon, Gil saw Pablo Picasso arguing with Gertrude Stein about his painting of his lover Adriana that she were there. Gil had a chat with Adriana, and after that he realized she was Madellini's ex-mistress, and she kind of had a connection with Ernest Hemingway. Okay, if you know Ernest Hemingway, you know he had a connection with every woman in the world. This story getting more attractive by Adriana fell in love with Gil, and they spent so much time together and had so much in common with each other. Like Adriana also wants to live in another century. Inez and her parents was really annoyed by Gil's excessive absence, and another storyline just made by her father hiring a private investigator for him. Actually, this is Woody Allen's talent to process many storylines together at the same time with no interruptions. The story gets more exciting when a carriage took Gil and Adriana to 1890, which is Adriana's favorite century. The carriage actually took them to Adriana's favorite cabaret, of course Moulin Rouge, and this is where they met Paul Gauguin and Degas and other French painters there. While they were enjoying having chat with those artists, Adriana insisted on convincing Gil to stay with her in 1890, but Gil sadly told her he doesn't belong there, also he doesn't belong to 20s, and he wanted to go back to the present for good this time. Woody Allen actually wanted to tell us why don't we enjoy the present and live in it and accepting it the way it is, except thinking about the past all the time. Maybe by accepting the present, we meet people who enjoy what we enjoy and matches with us. Like for Gil, at the ending of the movie, he actually found someone who enjoys walking on rainy nights with him. Okay, for the ending, I think Owen Wilson actually played that character so well, but if Woody Allen was young enough for playing that, we were having a movie even better than Annie Hall. This movie got me many times and I watched it I think over 10 times, and every time I got so excited imagining myself there and wanted it so bad. I really recommending this movie to you, and more importantly, I recommend you to read about those legends in this movie. Okay, they're so thoughtful and you're gonna learn a lot from them. Okay guys, comment for me which one of those characters, artists, writers did you know, and which one of them was your favorite? Thank you guys for watching my review, and seriously, give me your opinion about this one and tell me which movie do you want me to review for you next. Do not forget to subscribe us and support us with your subscribe, comments, likes. Thank you guys, see you around, goodbye!